So what I'm thinking is that if I do each part of the build, i.e. whatever these are called, axles, body, chassis, then car body, in 3 different videos as like a short series for the build, they'll all be pretty short and better, I guess. No one wants to watch a really long video. So I'm going to start off with the axles. Seems like first step is to put together the axle. So I'll do that. And this is the one with steering, I presume, because it's shorter and it looks like the steering cups go on it. So it seems like what I'll have to do is take this, let's see, it's the shorter of these 2 drive shafts. Yep, and it's got the hole in it. So this is going to sit here, and it'll have a gear, some gears on it, which means I need where is it? This part, okay, I've never done this before, so stay with me. So the pieces that I'm going to need are in here. I need this little bit here. I'm going to use the pliers to pick that up. So small. Wow, these pieces are so tiny that I always feel a little bit worried when a little scrap of plastic gets stuck in my fingers, because I'm like, is that an important part? No, it's not an important part. It's just a piece of plastic that I took off when I was taking the pieces out of their plastic traps that are probably bigger than the actual pieces. I wonder how much money goes into those, like when you buy it. It was $70. I'm going to guess, you know what, I can't really give a good guess for that. Not even an estimate. Because really, that's not one of the more important parts of it. I mean, everything in the kit is important, but just dropped it. Ah, this is going to be hard. And annoying. Might come back to you when I have it on, finally. Jesus Christ, I keep dropping it. This is going to be a long video, isn't it? Didn't drop it. Good. I'll use the pliers to get it on then. I'm not good at this. I need to find a new job. Not that I need a job. Or any kind of work, really. This is going to take a while. So it turns out I was using the wrong size bearings. There are 2 sizes. There's the big ones and the small ones, and I was supposed to be using the small ones, but I was using the big ones. Which makes sense why it wouldn't fit. Basically there's 2 bearings in here to hold the first gear, then there's another 2 to hold the second gear, and if you can see this, the gears move. Yay. So now I can put these screws in, which I already took out, so that I wouldn't have to search for them on camera. That would take a while, and I don't want to do that, because it would take too long. But, simply, and then, not simply, very hard. Alright, put this one in. Probably should close the grease. Make sure that's in nice and tight. Yep, now put in the second one. Finally, the first step. That took more than half an hour. Wow. And don't lose the screws. Let's see, that one just by my grease paper. Or toilet paper to put the grease on. To wipe the grease off. And to keep the cotton swab. To put the grease on. To keep the grease off. To whatever, I don't care. Finally, first step. Alright, now on to the second step, which is probably just as hard. Yeah, it has a lot more screws. That makes it... But... why? I put them in the wrong place. Not on step 2 yet. Never mind. I'm going to move this over the center so it's easier for you to see. Not that it really cares, like the 19 people that are going to be watching this video. Alright, there we go. 2 screws out. Put them back in. Don't lose them. Comment what's your favorite part. There we go. So far. Up until 3 minutes or so. Maybe even 4. By the way, I'd like to say that I'm not 14. So, I don't know if it's by, like, Chinese law or something. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not in China, though. Don't want to live in China. Communism. I don't want to be like that communist kid who's like, I like communism because the flag is cool. That's my only reason. Might as well take this and... oh, it fits. Good. Now I have it. Don't need that. No, never mind. Alright, so 1 screw in. Now it's time to put the other one in. And I'm going to have to do this half-an-hour thing again. For the rear axle. Can't wait. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Jake Paul's trialing is going on, because it's Thursday. And I'm not watching it. What a hard life to live in. I hope this works. Okay, it works. Now it's just breaking it in. Time for step 2. Wait, is that even step 2? No, it's more of step more of step 1. I'm not even done with step 1 yet. Great. This was such a good idea. I'm such a smart person to have chosen this kit of all kits I could have chosen. Okay, so it looks like I have to put, you know, I'm gonna do the part that goes onto the axle first. This bit. It looks like the bumpy side goes on the left. Alright, good. That should fit pretty well. Now I need the 1205 screws. 1205 is here. I need 2 of them. You know what, I'm going to do the, put these into it first. Might be a better idea. And I need 2 of those as well, right? For now. Pictures make it look so big, but in reality, it's so small. I hope that didn't make me lose anything. Because if it did, I'd be mad. Oh! Good thing that was there. Okay, screw. How do you even screw these in? Like, who designs these? I want to know. Yeah, it's not. It's not going very well. How do you even put these in? Oh, there's a... Oh then, that's a little bit weird. It's got the place for the screw to go, for the screwdriver to go in. Except it's absolutely tiny here. Oh, it's not focusing, is it? Still not focusing. I'd love to have a magnetized screwdriver for this. Make things so much easier. Actually, does this fit? No. Never mind, it's not that easy. Why is everything so difficult on your first try kit ever? Shouldn't have chosen a 1 to 35 scale. I should have chosen a 1 to 10 scale. But I don't have $400. Plus like $600 for all the other stuff. Batteries are expensive. Like, batteries are very expensive. Just going to say batteries are expensive. Probably because they're made of expensive things. Plastic's expensive, obviously. I'm going to have a drink. Okay. I just have to keep reminding myself that I need views. Alright, where'd that piece I was working on go? Here it is. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Still so proud that this works. Like, not very well. Wrong piece, never mind. Wait, I was supposed to be putting it in this. Never mind. Other one must have been for the other side. That would have been annoying to have to take the screws out. Sorry, I'm doing everything to the left. I shouldn't be. Great, now I'm doing it above. Now it's pretty good. Look at that overexposure. All of that overexposure. Overexposure away. Great, it's back. It's like the monster that never dies. In every single video. In every single place. In every single section of the internet. Ah! I need to magnetize this, just... Son, what are you doing? Just magnetizing a screwdriver. That should come magnetized already. Let's see, does that work? Nope. I really don't know how to do this. Is it better if you go faster or slower? Still not magnet. Oh, is it magnetic? No. Is it? It's like a tiny bit. Maybe that's enough. I'll do it a little bit more. This is gonna take forever. It's a little bit better. Will this at least stick in? Nope. There's got to be a tutorial on how to do this, right? Somewhere, somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me. I wonder what the copyright date on this is. It doesn't have one. It's too bad, because I'm sure everyone wanted to know how old this is. Alright, I give up. Just going to try again to put these in. She has a heck of a first kit, I can say that. Ah. This whole thing is going to be smaller than my hand. I hope it's worth it in the end. I hope it's like the best rock crawler that anyone's ever built. That's never gonna happen. Now watch it turn out that this is the wrong size. It's gonna happen. Let's see. Are these? Oh, that's not good. No. Good. Oh, dropped it. Got it. Never mind. It's okay. What is it? It's not going in. I'm going to magnetize it more. I'm going to come back when it's magnetized. Finally, I'm done with steps 1 and 2. And now this is what I have. Front axle. Now on to step 3. Looks like it uses some different pieces that okay. That's different. So I need this kind of bearing, and some of these. Two of these, actually. So here's one. Looks pre-completed, actually. That's pretty helpful. Here's two. Okay, so the hard part of step 2 is already done, which is, yes. That's so satisfying. And also it's going to make it so much easier. Yes. so just is that all the way in already? No. Okay, so this goes in the back. Alright, you just have to push it in really hard. No, push from this part here. Okay, now that's in the back. Sorry if this is going to be a really bad tutorial to follow along with. If anyone's actually building this at home, yeah, I'm sorry. Then we take one of these bigger bearings and put it in the other side. Pretty easy. Now this just goes on to here. And does it snap right in? Yeah, it does. So now this moves, and okay, it works. And does it? Yes, it works. It's pretty good, I have to say. Alright, that's a pretty easy step to do. Now I just have to do it again. It's got the 2x sign. I'm guessing you do it again. If you don't, then well, what do you do with the other one? This is pretty satisfying. Finally picking up speed. Alright. Can't wait to do this. The gear part again. It's going to be great. These parts are so tiny that you can barely see them on camera. Make sure that that's tight. Yep. I'll put the other bearing in this side. So that's where the wheel's going to fit onto. Wow. It was like a pretty simple design. So this goes into here. And it just clips in. Alright, now both of these work, and both of these turn. And it is locked differential, so if one wheel's off the ground, it's not going to be spinning freely. Alright, first big part. Yes, finally. Alright, so I have to go to sleep now. And that means I'll see you tomorrow with step 3. I'm going to do a dramatic light turn off thing, like you all see in the movies. Alright, see you tomorrow. Okay, next day, time for step 3. I'm only on step 3. Oh, great. Okay, so starting off, we take this, and it's basically the same thing. We need this piece again. We're using, again, these tiny bits that I don't like at all. 0% like them. But, I mean, you have to do what you have to do. If you're... That was cringy, sorry. Anyways, putting together this part, it's again locked rear axle. The first one was the front axle. Makes sense that there would be 2 of them. One axle would not be a very good idea, would it? That was cringy as well, I'm sorry. Another day, another personality. these things are still impossible to get in. Okay, I think that if I line up the hole correctly, it'll go in much more easily. Hopefully, that's what I'm thinking. But okay, so now it's in the first. It's in the gear. I think that's the hole right there, but it's nope. Alright, right there. Line it up. Can't quite get it to fit. Oh, there we go. And now the O-ring to make sure that it stays on. Because I do not want that falling off. Okay. There we go. Now it's on. Second bit. Take it and yeah, that is just from the piece. Sorry, that's not in focus. I swear there's some weird setting on my camera that's not letting it focus that well. Alright, get this on. Dropped it. Almost fell off the table. Don't want that to happen. And if anyone has any tips on how to get these tiny pieces on, please tell me, because it's actually impossible. Push it on. Okay. Where'd it go? Okay. I keep almost losing it, but I don't. So lucky. Just barely, though. I'd love to see a comparison of my fingers before this and my fingers after it. There we go. Yes, got it on. That actually was not too horribly bad compared to some of the other ones. Alright, now we take this bearing goes in there. Okay, now get it to stay. Put this piece in. That is correct, yep. I won't put the bearing into the bottom yet because that usually just falls out. Now next, yep, time to grease it. I'm actually not 100% sure this is the correct way to do it, but just taking a cotton swab, trying to get the grease on there, as well as on this other gear. Okay. Next, I just have to put the bearings onto it, and it should slide right in. It's in the right orientation, right? This way, it should go here. I made the mistake of putting it the other way around when I did the front axle. So hopefully this time everything goes like it should go. So this goes in there. Alright, perfect. Now the top piece. Okay. Now, screws that I'm going to use are the 1204 screws, 1205. This should be 1203. Okay. Is this 1204? Yeah. Just need 2 of them. Here's 1, 2. Take my screwdriver here. I always love it when kits include the tools that you need. Makes it so much better, because then you don't have to use your own. You can just, well, use what they provide, which is basically what I just said. Alright, I'm going to finish this part off. Then yeah, we'll move on to step 4. This is going a lot faster than the first one. I think that learning curve is finally passed, but I don't want to really jinx it. Alright, time for step 4, which is the same thing basically. So I just finished the connectors, whatever these pieces are called, and one thing I learned from it is that the these pictures on the instructions are actually 1-to-1 scale. So here's step 5, and if I line this up, it is, this isn't focusing, exactly the same size. So I use those to help a lot. But to put this together, starting off, I have to do the steering components for the front axle. So this piece goes on these 2, a little bit too far down there. Okay, there's 1, and I have to kind of force it on. Well, I got 1. That's a start. One thing that I find a little bit weird is that you have to get the sizes or the length between the two completely right, which was probably the most difficult thing. Putting it together, I just connected the rod, there we go, to the what's it called? Connected the rod to the drill, my drill, and ooh, that's pretty nice actually. So steering is now done and connected, so this will go up to the servo. Right? Next, by the way, these parts are labeled on it, so I know what to do. So now I take parts 2 7s, which are these, and 2 8s, or the 2 8s, which are these. You can pretty easily tell which goes where. So the 7s, oh, never mind. Take the 5s. I'm all confused. I do take the 7s. So 7s go onto here, like so, pretty easily. Okay, those two are on. Now 8s. These are the 2 8s. One's here. There we go, nice and good. One is there. Alright. That is it for this, I guess. These 2 points are where the shocks will mount, so I can put that away. Almost done now. Pretty excited, to be honest. Now I take the 7s and the 9s. Tell me, are my hands shaking? First kit, almost done with the first part, which is the axles. First one on. Second one on. Third one on. Finally, the last piece is not on. On. Finally, that was took a lot longer than I thought it would. Wow, that was about 2 hours of work. Just going to this is a little tight. I'll work that. Actually, there we go, that's better. Make sure nothing is tight. Sorry, went off the view. Alright, looser, and I believe that, yep, that is it for part 1. Whew, that took a while. So glad that it's over though, because now I can move on to part 2, which is the chassis of the car. That looks very, very good. Alright, camera's almost out of battery, so I can't say much, except I'll see you in the next video. Man, this is